I feel like either you and Tanya would get along or constantly be at each other's throats. It depends. It really depends. I'm really am enjoying this, but I mean, if we want to talk war, let's talk war. You know? I mean, war is not for humans, war is for monsters. Monsters are the ones that will survive in a war. Sorry to say it. So, if you don't want monsters, don't go to war. Simple as that. Alright, episode 8. I love how calm she is when she's saying that. The chance of sours, followed by the screams of those dying, is extremely high. We might also have some nuclear winter later in the season. And maybe some clouds of mustard gas. But what is for certain, there will be a lot of blood. I mean, the voice actress isn't that bad in the dub. You could actually hear the expression, and you can hear the ah, how boring. You know, I mean, doesn't sound bad to me, but anyway. All right, let's continue. Yeah, that was loud. Ah, like cluster bombs. I love how they have the little horses and their rifles look like lances. It's so cute. They made the design a horse. I love the overconfidence. I'm a stationary target. This is why Yugoslavs created the 50 caliber. See, Tanya has to keep something in mind. While she is a highly effective combat leader on the front lines, she lacks support back on the mainland at HQ. And once the war is won, the people that you need to win a war and the people that you need to maintain an empire are very different. The first threat they're going to have once the war is won is Tanya, and the size of her men is incredibly small compared to the rest of the army. So, what do you think is going to happen when she gets back home? You don't rule an empire by keeping many friends. Use your other hand! Hmm? 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 The partisans? What is this, Yugoslavia? Idiots. 1423? What the fuck is that? I love how they're complying with laws in a world war. Tensions are high. Who's going to be the first one to crack? I mean, there's a very simple way to make sure your men stay loyal to you. Get a bunch of prisoners and get every single man out under your command to stab one to death. Simple as that. They've already done it. It's a simple question. How badly do you want to win? If you want absolute victory, then welcome to hell. If you want to play by the rules, well, best luck next time. Why do you think the SS had such high kill counts? Every single one of those members was a socio psychopath. That's why they were the kill squads. They literally created the structure in such a way that all the psychopaths will get recruited into the kill squads. And they absolutely loved it. They absolutely loved murdering everyone that they did. That's why they were so effective. The war was fun for them. They did it for the shits and giggles. Some of those boys had kill counts over the 100. They were fucked. War literally brings out the worst out of humanity. And then some people just know how to utilize it. That's the difference. That's why war is absolutely terrible. And trust me, humans are capable of it. You just got to put them in the situation and natural instinct takes over. Everyone thinks humans are civilized. They're not. Put them in a situation where there's not enough food, or they have to fight for their survival, and you'll really see the nature of humanity come out. And it's absolutely vicious. Just look at what happens to families when someone wins the lotto. Greed takes over and they rip each other apart. Look what happens when someone wealthy dies. Family members literally kill each other to inherit it. Now put them in a life or death situation where they'll starve to death. Well, you're telling me they're all going to work together? It's an ambush. Good old guerrilla warfare. Why would you bother? Why wouldn't you just retreat and bomb the shit out of the whole city? I mean, if it's riddled with snipers, fuck it. By stimulant, he means fucking meth. Ah, he's losing blood. Yeah, he doesn't feel it because of the adrenaline. That's literally what happens. You get hit and you don't even realize. The adrenaline is pumping so hard you don't even notice. Fuck, they are taking meth. Bloody hell. These guys are high as fuck. Oh, shit. Who do you fear more, the enemy or me? Hey, 69 viewers, I like it. Okay, first of all, what the fuck are you doing at the window? Get inside. This is how you get yourself killed. Who taught these snipers? If you think this is terrible, this is one armed combatant finding another armed combatant. You want to say something terrible? You've got someone with air superiority bombing civilians on purpose to try to strong arm the other side to surrender. That's terrible. And then they bomb power stations so the hospitals don't work and people start dying. You want terrible? It gets a lot worse than this. This is nothing. This is not even foreplay. This is the first drink at the bar. Churches are a safe place to hide because technically you're not supposed to damage churches or other religious places, which is why in combat zones typically people like to hide in them. Oof! Oh man, that's gonna be propaganda. In World War II, churches got bombed all the time by both sides. Well, if you actually look at what happened during World War One and World War II, a lot of those rules were ignored, and people even knew that prisoners were getting executed, but they kept it quiet as to not demoralize people. Victory is written by the victor, and propaganda is what it is. Propaganda is what we have nowadays, when all the news corporations are owned by a handful of companies around the whole world. So it's all propaganda at the end of the day. One side literally drones a civilian in Afghanistan. 5 people in a car literally driving down a road get droned. That didn't even happen a month ago. They didn't even know who the fuck the person was. And they were like, who the fuck did you drone? It's like, we don't know. We're investigating. He's like, you fucking droned a moving car without realizing who's inside. That's a war crime. Guess what happens? Absolutely nothing. And that's just a recent example. No one cares. That's the problem. Everyone's too comfortable. We're complicit by not doing anything. We're not holding our leaders accountable. We like to think we have the moral high ground, but we don't. We're complicit by letting it happen. But wait, if they tell us we can't go outside for a month, we're gonna riot the streets and burn shit down. But when a bunch of civilians keep getting killed around the world, we don't give a shit. Come on, guys. We think we're the good guys. Mm. Mm-hmm. Keep telling yourself that, buddy. Wait till you get a child that lost an arm that asks you if it'll come back. Oh, we're about to get military insurrection. Hmm. This the cyclical nature of hate. The Mongolians under Genghis Khan had a very simple way of dealing with it. When they would conquer land, they would effectively get the carriage. Any boy taller than the carriage wheel would be instantly executed. Anyone younger than the carriage wheel will be pretty much indoctrinated into the Mongolian military. And any prisoners will be marched on the front line to be shot by bows and arrows as they advance on other settlements. Say what you will about Khan, he knew how to lead an army. Why do I have a feeling that it's empty? Oh, these bureaucrats. Mm. Oh, is this the second closing? Mm. Oh, you're back. Ah, the plot the plot thickens. Episode 9 is going to be prepared to advance. And this one's Trial by Fire, War Crimes, New ED. I mean, what do you think happens in war? Do you know how many war crimes were committed in the last week? Of course not, because that's not what the news media is going to show you. But they are going to show you the latest football game, the latest, smoke screen, what celebrity wore what where, who cheated on who did this, who did that, and the opinion of some arbitrary celebrity on something they know nothing about. But they won't tell you who killed who in what country and what other place was recently invaded. Every time something happens in the media, I always ask myself, what are they distracting us from? Oh, there was a leak on experimentation that the government did on its civilians. Ooh, look at that. This celebrity is talking about this. Oh, it's always funny.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun sized, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.